The golden age is officially shifting. For years, Jujutsu Kaisen and My Hero Academia have held the pillars of Shonen Jump, but with Diku's journey ending and the battle against Sukuna concluding, a massive void has opened up in the manga world. The throne is empty. And the question on everyone's mind is, who is next? Is the concept of the Big Three even real anymore? Or are we entering a new era entirely? Today, we are breaking down the three strongest contenders ready to rule the next generation. Sakamoto Days, Dandaiden, and the viral sensation, Kagurabachi. Let's find out who takes the crown. First up, we have the sleeping giant, Sakamoto Days. On the surface, it looks like a gag manga about a chubby convenience store owner, but don't let the appearance fool you. This is essentially John Wick. If he retired, gained some weight, and promised his wife he wouldn't kill anyone ever again. What makes Sakamoto Days a top contender for the new Big Three? It's the action. The author, Yuto Suzuki, is arguably the best action choreographer working in the industry right now. He uses the environment store shelves, pens, receipts as deadly weapons. The fight scenes flow like a high-budget movie. With the anime adaptation on the horizon, this series is about to explode globally. It balances humor and high-octane battles perfectly, making it the most mainstream-ready successor to the Shonen throne. Next, if Sakamoto Days is the action movie, then this next pick is a fever dream. I'm talking about Dandaiden. If you haven't read this yet, you are looking at pure unfiltered chaos. Ghosts versus aliens. Occult versus sci-fi. It sounds ridiculous, but that's exactly why it works. But Dandaiden isn't just about the weirdness. What sets it apart is its heart. Beneath the crazy battles and terrifying monsters, there is a genuine, wholesome romance and character growth between the main duo, Okarin and Momo. It captures that high-energy, youthful vibe that early Bleach or Naruto had, but with a modern twist. The art is insanely detailed, and the anime has already proven to be a massive hit. It's weird, it's wild, and it is definitely Big Three material. And finally, the Dark Horse? The series that started as an internet meme but turned into a modern classic, Kagurabachi. When this was announced, people mocked it. The memes were everywhere. But once the first chapter dropped, the laughing stopped. Kagurabachi brings back that edgy, sword-fighting style that we missed from the early 2000s. The art is cinematic. The protagonist, Chihiro, isn't trying to become a king or a hero, he is driven by pure revenge. The paneling in this manga is on another level. It uses lighting, shadows, and perspective in a way that feels like you are watching a film, not reading a book. In the West, Kagurabachi is already competing with the giants in readership numbers. It is proof that a simple story executed perfectly can still dominate the world. But wait, is it really fair to only look at battle manga? Because the landscape of Shonen Jump is changing. It's not just about who punches the hardest anymore. We have to talk about Blue Box. Usually, sports and romance are side genres in Shonen Jump, but Blue Box has shattered that ceiling. It consistently ranks high in readership, proving that fans are craving more than just death battles. It's emotional, it's grounded, and it's arguably carrying the romance pillar of the magazine all by itself. And we can't ignore Gakiakoda. While not in Weekly Shonen Jump, it's in the magazine, it appeals to the exact same audience. The art style is gritty, street graffiti inspired, and the anime announcement has the community buzzing. If we are talking about the next generation of shonen hits, Gakiakuta demands a seat at the table. So looking at Sakamoto Days, Dandaiden, Kagurabachi, and these other hits, we need to address the elephant in the room. Is the concept of the Big Three actually dead? Back in the day, One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach ran for 15 to 20 years. They were long-running giants. But modern manga is different. Authors are ending stories faster. Demon Slayer finished quickly. Jujutsu Kaisen felt like a sprint. Chainsaw Man takes massive breaks. Maybe the era of three kings ruling for a decade is over. Instead, we are entering an era of rotating kings. One year, Sakamoto Days might rule. The next, Kagurabachi takes the lead. The quality is higher, the pacing is faster, and the competition is fiercer than ever before. The throne of Shonen Jump isn't just empty, it's being dismantled and rebuilt into something new. We are leaving the era of Gogoro and Deku and entering the era of Chihiro, Sakamoto, and Okarin. It's a scary time for old school fans, but an exciting time for new readers. I want to turn this over to you guys. If you had to bet your money on one series becoming the next global phenomenon like Naruto or Dragon Ball, which one is it? Is it the assassin action of Sakamoto? The supernatural chaos of Dandadan? Or the edgy revenge of Kagurabachi? Chapter 2. Let's be honest. Solo Leveling changed everything. It introduced millions of people to the world of manhwa and gave us one of the coolest main characters of all time. But now, you're caught up, or maybe you finished the story. And you have the empty feeling inside. You're asking yourself, what do I read now? Well, you're in luck. The world of Korean manhwa is massive, and honestly, there are stories out there that might be even better than Solo Leveling. Today, I'm giving you my top 5 picks from god-tier artwork to stories that will break your brain. Put down Naruto, pause One Piece, it's time to level up. Let's get into it. Number 1 on the list is the most natural next step, the beginning after the end. If you like the power fantasy of Solo Leveling, this is your new home. The story follows King Gray, a powerful ruler in a technological world who is reincarnated into a world of magic and monsters as a baby named Arthur. It sounds like a typical isekai, right? Wrong. The character development here is incredible. We watch Arthur grow from a baby to a soldier to a leader. The magic system is detailed, the art style evolves beautifully, and the emotional stakes are way higher than you expect. It's not just about getting strong. It's about protecting the family he never had in his past life. If you want hype battles mixed with genuine emotion, start this immediately. Next up, we have the smartest series on this list, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. Imagine this, you are the only person in the world who has read a boring, unpopular web novel all the way to the end. Then, one day, the real world turns into that novel. You are the only one who knows the plot, the secrets, and how to survive. That is the life of Kim Dokya. Unlike Sung Jin-woo who punches his way through problems, Dokya uses his brain. He manipulates the story, tricks the constellations, gods watching the stream, and changes the future. The art is by the same studio that did Solo Leveling, Redis Studio, so you know it looks gorgeous. It's meta, it's intelligent, and the plot twist will leave you staring at the ceiling for hours. Now, let's switch genres a bit. Maybe you want action, but you're tired of magic and dungeons. You want fists. You want lookism. At first glance, this story seems like a high school drama about a bullied, overweight kid who wakes up with a second body one that is tall, athletic, and incredibly handsome. He switches between the two bodies when he sleeps. But that's just the intro. Lookism quickly transforms into one of the most intense gang war martial arts stories ever written. We are talking about syndicates, crew battles, and brutal hand-to-hand combat. The art style is unique and the fights are raw. If you like Tokyo Revengers or high school brawlers, this is the king of that genre. Okay, number 4. Let's take a break from the serious stuff. Do you want to laugh until your stomach hurts? Then you need to read The Greatest Estate Developer. This is an isekai, but the main character Lloyd isn't trying to be a hero. He just wants to make money. He uses his civil engineering knowledge from Earth to build houses, bridges, and sewer systems in a fantasy world. But the selling point here is the face reactions. Lloyd has the most demonic, hilarious facial expressions in manhwa history. He is a scammer, a capitalist, and absolutely unhinged. The action is great, but you will read this for the comedy. Trust me, it's a breath of fresh air. And finally, we cannot talk about manhwa without mentioning the grandfather of them all, Tower of God. If Solo Leveling is the Bleach of manhwa, Tower of God is the One Piece. The lore is massive. The world building is endless. The story follows Bam, a boy who enters a mysterious tower to chase a girl, only to find out the tower is a cruel, unforgiving place filled with tests, betrayal, and ancient gods. The art starts a bit rough in Season 1, just like the anime, but by Season 2 and 3, it becomes absolutely god tier. It has hundreds of chapters, so if you want a series that will keep you busy for months, this is the one. There are manga that entertain us. There are manga that make us laugh, and then there is Berserk. For over 30 years, Kentaro Miura's masterpiece has stood as the pinnacle of dark fantasy. But why? Is it because of the giant sword? The demons? The extreme violence? No, if you think Berserk is just about a guy swinging a sword at monsters, you are missing the point. This is not a story about death, it is a story about life. It is a story about struggling against a fate that wants to crush you. Today, we are going deep. We are talking about the art, the philosophy, and the tragedy of the Black Swordsman Guts. and why, even after Miura's passing, this story remains immortal. First, we have to talk about the artwork. In the world of manga, there are weekly deadlines. Artists have to rush. But looking at Berserk, you wonder if Kentaro Miura was even human. Every single pixel, every line of shading, every brick in a castle wall is drawn with obsessive detail. There are panels in Berserk that look more like classical European paintings than comic book pages. Take a look at the monsters. They aren't just scary. They are grotesque, disturbing, and feel like they walked right out of a nightmare. And then look at the faces. The way Miura draws Guts' expression, rage, sorrow, exhaustion, you don't need words to know exactly how much pain he is in. The art doesn't just show you the story. It forces you to feel it. But art alone doesn't make a masterpiece. The soul of Berserk lies in the relationship between two men, Guts and Griffith. They are opposites. Griffith is the White Hawk. He is beautiful, charismatic, and has a dream to rule a kingdom. He is willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to achieve his goal. Guts is the Black Swordsman. Born from a corpse raised on the battlefield, he has no grand dream. He just wants to survive and find a place where he belongs. The tragedy of the Golden Age arc isn't just about a battle, it's about betrayal. It's about how much you are willing to lose to achieve your ambition. Seeing their friendship build up slowly, only to be shattered in the most horrific way possible during the eclipse, is arguably the greatest plot twist in fiction history. This brings us to the core philosophy of Berserk: causality versus free will. In this world, destiny is real. The God Hand controls fate. They say that humans have no control over their lives. But Guts spits in the face of destiny. He is branded for death. Demons hunt him every single night. He should have died 1,000 times, but he refuses to lie down. He swings his massive sword, the Dragon's Lair, not because he thinks he will win, but because he refuses to lose. This resonates with us. We all have our own struggles: depression, failure, loneliness. Guts teaches us that no matter how dark the night gets, you keep moving forward. You keep struggling. In May 2021, the world lost Kentaro Miura. For a moment, we thought Berserk would remain unfinished forever. A story about struggle, left without an ending. But his best friend, Koji Mori, and the artists at Studio Gaga took up the pen. They are continuing the story based on Miura's final conversations. They're carrying the torch. Is it exactly the same? Maybe not. But the fact that Berserk continues is a testament to its message. Even when the creator is gone, the struggle continues. If you have never read Berserk because you think it's too dark, I challenge you to try it. Yes, it is brutal. Yes, it is terrifying. But deep down, Berserk is a story about hope. It's about healing from trauma and finding new friends when you thought you were alone. Don't watch the 2016 anime. Please, just read the manga. For those who have read it, what is your favorite moment? Is it the 100-man Slayer scene, or is it the campfire of dreams? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Keep struggling, and I'll see you in the next one.